So with being a masterpiece in motion, I'll make maybe some reference, if you will, to painting or drawing, inviting you to create that inside your mind. So with each motion, whether it be a paint stroke or a drawing of a pencil to canvas, to paper, to the sky, sink down just a little bend to the knees, a little tuck to the tailbone. Feel to the center of your feet. Let the center of your feet travel up through the center of you, to the crown of your head. Relax the jaw, lips, eyes. Breathe in. Let's pull up. And letting go. Find a movement of how it is that brings you peace. A breath up and in. And let go. One more this way. Feel the bubbling well in the soles of your feet. And here we'll open up. Here's that hug from the each of us to the each of us. Bringing you into my masterpiece. Here we'll give a hug to all those others that bring us peace and happiness, connection. We sink down again. And here's that ever important one from you, for you, as we say something good about ourselves. Lifting ourselves up in word and thought, as we lift our arms up to the sky, whichever way up is easiest. Tonight, with the thought of a masterpiece in motion, we'll go back to 2020. We all got to know each other through that year and how the class began. One more. Let the hands come down to rest just below your belly button, at the center of you, while we focus on the center of you. First half of our class was our 8 brocade. The second half was our Yan style 8. But here we'll put an artist's flair, if you will. Let your hands float in, sinking down. As we hold up the sky, we'll bring the hands up facing ourselves. As we press up, we bring the fingers back to us, lengthening, songing the entirety of you, and then letting go. Let the hands come as close to you as possible, and most likely as they pass by your face, you'll feel the radiance of you. You can shift the weight to the front without lifting the eyes. You can leave the feet firm, fixed in place, and lift the eyes skyward to let go. Each of the 8 brocade movements are done 8 to 20 times. There's always that open invitation. If we do a particular movement and your body is really calling for it today, you discover that as we go through it, then just continue the movement. Flow into wherever we are at that time. Now, as the hands sink down, there's a little bend to the knees. And back up we go. Last is here. As we sink down, let your arms open up. Gather all that is needed to make your masterpiece. Pencils, pens, ink, paint, rulers, canvas, all the mediums to create this wonderful masterpiece in motion. So in this creative arts competition at the VA, it was creative arts. This was singing, instruments, mixed media, photography. So as our hands float in and sink down, as we open up our feet, just picture yourself there, the archery range. As we sit down just a little, pull up across. You have a paintbrush in each hand, and we're going to bring it across the canvas and look to the side. There's a canvas there. We bring the brush down. A breath up in it. And to the other side. What's the color you've chosen first for your masterpiece? Bring this paint around you. Send it out. As we sit down, we feel the balance to both legs, steadying ourselves so we can let the paintbrush drift down the canvas, or the pencil, or the pen. And each time the hand sinks from letting go of the arrow, more of this masterpiece is created in you, through you, and for you. One more, we'll go to Colorado. And I'm going to send my paintbrush down the mountainside. Let your feet come back under heels, under hips. Gather the chi however you like it to be. Come down to pause. 3 times a long breath in and out. Letting your torso expand with each inhalation. Let the shoulders stay heavy. On your next exhale, the hands sink down. Let's separate the heavens and the earth. We bring the hands up to the heart. Press, extend, lengthen. The shoulder reaches down, the shoulder reaches up. The fingers turn inward, then we let go. Maybe a bit of this motion here, we're becoming Jackson Pollock. We're doing action art. We're flicking the paint to the canvas. What 2 colors would you start with? I started artwork like that in high school. My teacher goes, "You know who that looks like, paint-wise, right?" No idea. And now I know. I have an idea. A breath into your heart. Now take this paint through you, right? This is the colors that you choose for your chi. It could be the same color, maybe a different hue, a different shade. Right? So maybe a sky blue and a navy blue, or a rose color and a crimson red. Two more times. Maybe we're painting the trunk of a tree, and as the hands reach up, it actually becomes the branch, and little leaves come off the fingers. Create your masterpiece in motion. The arms sink down. Gather your chi, however you want it to be. To pause. See your masterpiece. Feel it on the inside. Our hands float in, sinking down. We take our feet back to being wide again, so the bear can look north and south. We sink down into our huddle position. The knees stay pushed out as you turn. Look about 5 feet in front of your feet. Take a breath in. Let one shoulder sink, let the other rise, and we exhale, looking to your sky, and we'll breathe in back to center. And then the other side. Anytime you need to make adjustments so the movement fits best with your body today, please take liberty to do so. Sometimes if you sink down a little deeper in the hips, the movement becomes easier to manage if the hips and knees allow that activity. Now here we're being the bear, but at the same time we're looking at the scope of our masterpiece. Feel the masterpiece that is you. More complex in any drawing. Still finding things out about us as humans. Two more times. As you come back to center, hands evenly pressed to both legs, and we slowly rise. Let the arms just float away. How you like to bring the heels back under hips. Gather, sink, see your masterpiece. Explore your spine, the electricity, the energy, the warmth, the mobility that we've created in the spine. Since we did take steps, feel the weight is balanced now, both legs. Both knees the same type of bend. The weight's even, not one to the ball and one to the blade, but to the center of the feet. Notice that the jaw get tight. Sometimes it'll do that, not tell us. Hands float in, sinking down. Wise owl looks behind. So hands float to our hearts. Now here we will press straight down. Do your best to glue your elbows to your ribs. Arms stay straight down. Turn the fingers as we open the chest and look over our shoulder and drift back in. Now here the low back may want to arch. So right as we sink down, we can tuck the pelvis a little. And let it go. Turn the fingers behind. There you are. Feel what happens in the neck to the shoulder and chest. Pull the fingers and thumbs up a little more. Really talk to the thumbs, because when you think your thumbs are going up, they're going down. And just fly over top, whatever this masterpiece of yours is. However you're designing it. See it from an owl's point of view. One more time. Everything as graceful as can be. Not to be in a rush to get there. Now hear the sweep this energy like a wave across America to each other, for each other. Come to pause, rest, feel. Feel the breath in through the nostrils, exhale through the mouth, celebrating this day. And float in, sinking down. Now, let's look to the stars, bow to the earth. The hands come to pockets. We open up. There's your superhero pose right there. Dun dun, breath in. Exhale, we come behind of what is that for you. Now the knees have to bend so we can lift the heart so you don't tip over. So that's the breath in. We come forward, exhale, arms go heavy, they drape alongside you. And you take the bow as far down as the body is comfortable, knees also bent. Sweep the fingers, whichever is the opposite direction in which you took them down. We come hands back to pockets. The hands kind of meet at the same time the chin lifts. And again, breath in. Exhale. Now remember, the option for the hands behind can be the palms of the hands to the kidneys, if the shoulders allow that mobility. But here everything just drapes, melts. Let's go. You found your flow. You have the movement. Just let it go. We all have different ranges of motions in our spine, breath capacity. When you let your head bow, the nose should be pointing more towards your belly button than to the floor. Because if you're looking at the floor, then you're extending your neck, which means the muscles are in a deep contraction. We don't need that. So that's why we arch the spine to lift the head. And then the head, like a ball with a chain. Right? The chain is our neck.
Let's do one more.
Unless your body asks for more, when we rise, we gather the chi, the vital life force. Then as we rise, draw the chi from the earth. As your arms extend, gather from all those that bring you positivity and connection. If you reach to the stars, that's the universal. We sing it all back down to little us. And pause. Take a moment to explore through the body what it just experienced. Is there a range of motion your body took that you're unaware it couldn't do? Or maybe you felt tension in a place that, well, you no longer do. Hands floating in, sinking down. I want to take my toe out, just one heel and toe. So my feet are about slightly wider than shoulder width. The hands close but not squeeze. We open the chest with the breath in. We sink down like we're going to sit to our horse, give each other a high five, reach out across America. Draw the hand back to the heart. A slow hello. The elbow stays down. The shoulder blade rolls back towards the spine. Then we sink down. Rise up. Now remember, the hand that closes, it's not squeezing. It's just like asleep. Breath in. Sink, exhale, let go. Hand to heart. A long hello. Sinking down. Pull the energy up through the center of the foot. Draw through the center of the body, through the crown of the head. Take it to the other side and extend it like Iron Man through the palm of the hand. Reach out. Put your hand onto your canvas. Create the art of what you want to see, your masterpiece. Bring it into you. How does that make you feel? And here we show it through the movements to the rest of the body so it can feel, experience. And here we go. To DC, to New York, to Colorado, to New Mexico, back to Florida. Just that fast. One more time. Both hands squeeze for a count of 5. Ready? Squeeze. Now the upper arm, chest, abdominals, hips, thighs, calves, toes. Slowly turn it all off and float away. Let your arms, mind, and body take that journey One more time. Song the body. Like the astronauts. All directions of you reaching to the earth around the world. Sink down to pause. Feel. Breathe. Now, if you want the step to come back in, let's go ahead and bring that in just a little. Unless you're comfortable with it there. Finding our Tai Chi. Hands float in. Arms go completely heavy. Now in 2020, we didn't jingle the body. We did it this way. Let me turn sideways. We lifted, breath in, and then we gotta bend the knees. You gotta hinge the hips. It just does not fit your body today. Then do like we usually in jingle. But this is 8 times. You don't have to raise up high. It's just raise a little. Yeah. So it's a breath in, and then a breath in. My heels are about an inch off the floor. Forceful exhale. Three more. That's the countdown. 3, 2. Let the arms drift away. Now reach as far left and right as you can. Reach a little more. Now let that extension last and reach through the spine, the knees, the ankles, the hips, and drift in. One more time. Let the hands come to their resting place. Let our feet come together. So a bit of homework for you is opening the door without hinging your hip and knee, and then open the door hinging your hip and knee. It's 2 completely different feels. One's like a toy soldier moving sideways. The other is graceful as the wind. So the hands sink down. Root into your right side. Open with your left. Now let your fingers become giant paintbrushes. All the colors you can ever imagine. Two more times. See the colors blend. The yellows and blues become greens. The red and blues become purple. The yellow and reds become orange. The black and white becomes gray. Hands sink down. Open up to our W so we can gather all this wonderful energy into the heart. Feel the shoulder blades hug the spine. Remember, it's not the shoulder muscle, the skeletal structure that rises, it's the muscles that raise the skeletal structure. So your shoulders don't raise up, they stay down. And here, acquaintance of mine in Tai Chi has decided to call this movement avoiding the monkey. Now, my friends, I've seen lots of videos where you cannot avoid the monkey. You have to repulse the monkey. They're just not letting go of, I don't know, cameras, purses, food, hair, clothing, right? So we got to get the monkey off our back, whatever that monkey may be. Now, just for a moment, in this open position, it reminds me of when I used to use a room a little bigger than this one, my art studio, my first home. I took a Crossman pellet BB gun. I pumped it up 10 times. I took the tube of paint, squirted in the end. I took aim to the canvas right there, pulled the trigger, magic. Never seen a paint splatter so good. So here we're just going to be graceful across the wind. Give your eyes attention to the hand that reaches away from camera. Watch it float in. How graceful would you have to be to place your paintbrush or pencil to the canvas, to the paper, right in the spot it needs to be? For a small line or brush stroke to be to put a finishing touch on part of your masterpiece. Last one is here. So when we come over to the mountainside, we'll be warding on. Now, let's go back in time. Maybe you did this, maybe you didn't. But finger paint. Let the elbows sink down and pull all those colors. What a beautiful mess it was, right? Let's just ward off of here a few times. But it's nothing negative we're getting rid of. We're creating a masterpiece in motion. Remember the slick paper? You're covered in paint from, I don't know, maybe head to toe. And we come back to the mountain, so we're gonna roll back just the one time to embrace the moon. Here we are, the super blue moon. I didn't see it, too many storms down here. We take our step in to take our step out. A little turn away, right? And then let's hold this beautiful horse. Brush its mane. We'll roll back to hold the moon again. A horse, a dog, a bird. One more time here. As graceful as you can be. A dancing art. Find your balance to step in. We've gone to the other side of the horse. We're going to give it a nice brush. It feels happier when the brush goes along with the grain of the hair. Calms down a little more, as do we. One more time. And let's gracefully go back across, painting the sky with our fingers. Embrace the moon, a greater turn in the waist so we can brush the knee. Give a push. Now let's just pull right back in. Pull back in. You get a bucket of paint right here. You're just going to send it onto the canvas. It hits just right. It makes a nice sound too. So each time it was a different color. You don't throw it as far, so there's layers of paint, or maybe you're pouring it onto a canvas. You're looking for a particular detail in your masterpiece. We drift arms up and away, like an American flag catching the wind, and it just ripples across the sky. The wind dies down. The flag sinks. We come into our brush knee for the other side. Let's give each other a high five right here. For you, for me. One more after this, then we get to become the clouds. Inhale, the spine is lifted, the waist turns us gently side to side. We gather all this wonderful energy of colors into us. You know, colors have different effects on the psyche of the mind. That's why McDonald's is yellow and red. It stimulates something in the mind to make us hungry. Pink calms the mind. So here we go, stepping away from the mountains. We have two more steps, one to open, one to close. And just let go. Be slow. Feel the wind. Be grateful for the emptiness and the space we have as we go back to the mountains to move free enough to feel more. Become our own masterpiece in motion. The arm that sinks down is done. And maybe somewhere you have room in your masterpiece for a rooster. However you want it to be. It just rises up to let us know it's time to start the day. Our breath up and in. And we let go. Now in the beginning, my arm just hung down beside me. Teacher said this would be better. I still practice that way also. Now it's time to become the flower. So we hinge the hips just enough that the fingertips go just above the kneecaps. We set the hips back so that happens. And then we draw up. It doesn't matter which arm you want to bring over the other, but to Colorado, we extend our foot however you like it to be. And we come right back in. Maybe one side is stronger than the other. So on this side or the other, you can take the same leg extension. It just doesn't touch the floor and it comes right back down. Or maybe in the intricacy of this flower opening up, you find a little more balance. Maybe the foot wants to go a little higher. Find your Tai Chi. Two more. Arms reach to the camera. Colorado, we finger paint the sky. It's time to hold on to your sparrow. We hold its tail. There's our T-step, and just let go. Let the waist bring you to the other side. Sweeping the hand up. Then the waist brings you back to the leg that's extended. At the very end, exhale. Send the sparrow flying away. Have you ever painted or written with a pen? It really does amaze me to see more artwork and how artists use so many different things and ways to express themselves. Whether they basket weave, entertain a child, one more time. Maybe it's the layout of a freshly painted home. You decorate as your hands go across the sky, and as you roll back to grasp the sparrow's tail, we're placing things that brings balance to the day, each room by each room. Now, can the movements be smaller here? So the hand sinks down, about the heart level, right here. And the arms barely go out. The fingers gently lift up. They let go. The hands feel so close together. The wrists of the palms come together. Sometimes the smaller movements we can feel more of what we're looking for, becoming our own masterpiece. Let's go to the other side. We hold on to the moon. We paint this beautiful crane. It's opening its wings. Some in the distance are flying away. Fly over your masterpiece, through your masterpiece. Arms open again. The yin and yang side sinks down. We turn that direction so we can turn back away from it. We sink to root to bring in our T-step, tap the toes, spread the wings. One more time. And here we're placing those final touches. You backed up a few times, right, from your masterpiece to catch a glimpse of all that you've created. We look at it and we go, okay, it's done. Our feet come together. With this final movement, sign your name in the corner somewhere. Pause. See the masterpiece in all its glory. And with our feet in a comfortable standing position. 3 times. We reach out like the sun, warming more than just us, everything that goes around it, by it. Anything that captures a ray of the sun. As we lengthen our spine, our mind, and breath. One more time, letting this calmness cloak us on the outside, fill us on the inside with peacefulness. for healing. And as always, this invitation for you to think about those people, places, things, thoughts, and ideas that bring you health, healing, hope, and happiness into your mind, your mental energy, your heart, your emotional energy, and into your body, your physical energy. We draw it in, sink it down, and infuse all of who and what we are to our atomic level. With that, my masterpieces, thank you.